There's a saying, water seeks its own level. As an interior designer, it becomes more than a brand when people can refer to your interiors and say, "Oh, that's very Dorothy Melachzon." That's when you know you've created a pure brand, when people can easily identify the DNA qualities of your design philosophy and when your design ethos are accessible to the masses. The fact is, brand only works if its philosophy is authentic, and I'm going to help you put the stick in the ground to share your life story because your story matters. If you really do this right, you should be able to look back after you've completed a few design projects and find that your unique design identity is very obvious and consistent throughout all your projects, regardless of your brief that you've received from the client. This design approach doesn't disregard the client's needs. You should still be the designer that defines a space by the people who live, work, or eat in it. Your design identity is exactly why people would want to hire you in the first place, because they can relate to your design taste and unique interpretation. The idea of design identity is to create a common thread that is pulled throughout all your designs. For me, it's all about essential design to create surprising wonders. If you can learn how to design spaces based on sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing, and extrasensory perception, also called gut feeling, then you'll witness how your brand will successfully work for you instead of the other way around. It will look something like this. As soon as you've completed a project, you'll find that the next project will most probably be a referral client from one of your former completed projects. Because the majority of population wants to keep up with the Kardashians. So this is how your brand will start to work for you, creating more referrals that will make your business grow and expand because you've learned the top secret in design, and that is to be true to yourself. Let me take you through the process that I've used to establish my design identity. Firstly, you need courage to disregard any stereotyped and preconceived ideas and trust that your own ideas are unique and related to your life story. These are memories and experiences that influenced your life and formed your character as a creative person that you are today. These experiences and memories are what mesmerized you as a child, and to this day, it still inspires, motivates, and triggers your curiosity. Let me give you an example. As part of my personal story, as a child, my parents had to work very hard to make ends meet. So I had to entertain myself outdoors because there wasn't ever any money for toys and luxury. So what I ended up doing, besides playing with frogs, lizards, and building my mud empires, I carried with me a little pocket mirror and looked at the world upside down. So I would see the clouds as I walked and pretended that I was jumping on the clouds. I also played with shongololos, millipedes, or thousand-leggers as some people will call them, coiling them up and down, followed by the foul smell that these species secrete as a defense mechanism for survival. Poor thing. I also remember staring for hours at a colony of ants, ever so busy, and every now and then I would take one unfortunate worker ant and put it in my mouth because it had a salty taste to it. I know, how bizarre, but this is genuinely my story. And if you are reminded of princess dresses, tea parties, and cupcakes, then that's your story. What I have experienced as a child still resonates with me after all those years. So I had to break it down for myself and connect these memorable moments as a child with my design identity. And this is what I have discovered. I'm inspired by nature, so there will always be a presence of a nature element in my interiors, whether it's animal prints, forest wallpaper prints, insect morphology posters, plant anatomy, etc. This is my sight sense. My designs are full of flavor. This refers to my designs as playful and colorful spaces. This is my smell sense. I love adding multiple layers in my designs. This is different textures and tones in the space. I call this my thousand layers. This is my touch sense. I will always add mirrors or any highly reflective material in a space. Although it's a silent element, the room speaks 1,000 words. So this is my hearing sense. And lastly, my gut feeling is activated when I'm briefed by my client and understand all their needs and requirements.